Murphy from HoboTrashcan.
Brilliant name.
Thank you. All right. So I wanted to start. I wanted to ask you guys. So this guy comes up to you and says, I'm a director and he wants to make a film. How does he talk you into that?
We didn't believe him.
He blackmailed us.
We didn't believe him. He blackmailed us with Guinness. It took, he just kind of had the idea. It was a rough idea at the start. It took us many journeys to the pub with plenty of Guinness to actually go over the idea. But we kind of realized that Rich was very serious about it and he had some great ideas and he had worked on, I think it was The One Road Reporter. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He worked on that documentary and it was very rogue and out there and a bit controversial. So once we seen that there, I think we kind of realized that there'll be somebody we'd like to work with.
Yeah, he has great creative vision as well, and he kind of brought us along. Etc.
Well, I'm curious too. So, he's coming at it from a filmmaker perspective. He wants to tell the best story, but it's your lives and your story. So then what was that collaboration like to find, what kind of things did you feel like you had to fight for, or what kind of things were important to you when telling the story?
Well, it made it very difficult for Rich, the fact that we're kind of playing versions of ourselves, because Rich would say, can you just dance for a while? And we'd be like, no, I would never do that.
Right.
So you can imagine it made it very hard for Rich on set to try and balance there. But overall though, it was a very collaborative experience. And we would just kind of, again, sit around, have a few drinks and share stories with Rich, and he would pick up on certain stories and then kind of curate these stories together, like the start of the movie, which is the christening, where I was baptized on a mass rock and the British Army helicopter hovers above it, the start of the film. So that's based on a true story. And Provaí being a teacher, etc.
Yeah, these are the roles we were born to play.
Mm-hmm.
How accurate do you think the movie is? Do you think it does capture you guys, or do you watch it and you still have that I wouldn't be dancing there kind of moments?
No, we made sure that we weren't doing stuff we wouldn't actually do. Definitely, I think we like to keep the lines blurred, but some of the matter stories are the true stories, and a lot of the other stories are just the bits that connect the story together. It's a mix of our actual story and the story of the north of Ireland in general mixed in. So that's what I'm going to say. It's 99% true.
Yeah, and the other 4% is just fact.
Well, I was curious to the log line. I don't know if you guys were involved in the log line or not, but it describes you as three hedonistic Irish language speaker. And I was just curious, do you feel that's accurate? Hedonistic?
Yeah, in this kind of lifestyle, you have to be hedonistic.
We're hedonistic communists. We like to share the hedonism with everybody.
Yeah. We're capitalist, hedonistic communists.
Well, what has it been like? Now it's out there, and you've seen the film. People have seen the film, and this is still pretty early in your career. So what has this been like? I feel like your lives are changing as it's coming out.
Mm. Yeah, we're busy.
Yeah, we should probably do Kneecap.
Put it briefly. We're busy as fuck, which is a good problem to have, obviously. So it was great that we had the album coming out at the same time as the movie for, our careers, but not for our mental health.
I'm sure, because those are two full-time things, to promote an album and to promote the movie.
And mental health is another full-time thing, but you can't skimp
sure.
it. Oh, yeah. Bite you in the ass.
Yeah, that was it. We knew it was good. It was good, obviously, for the careers, for it both to be happening at the same time. Yeah, so it's worked out perfectly for us, and it's great.
Yeah.
Can't wait till the movie's actually released now.
Delighted that we won the Oscar. Thank you very much.
We're getting first class flights now for the first time. We had a wee bed on the way over in the flight. You get to lie down.
It's great.
And they're all farting on me all day.
Good new sock.
Thanks, you.
Has there been any, are you at the point that you can kind of have some, Rockstar behavior? Is that incorporated into the New York trip at all?
Hotel windows don't open anymore, so I can't throw TVs at them.
The TVs are all attached to the
wall. So I just I got a bit of toilet roll and I just threw it
He TP'd
Into the bin.
TP'd the whole toilet, the whole lobby.
Crazy. No, you can't get away with that shit in Belfast. Belfast is too small. If you start getting too big for your boots, you'll be called out very quickly.
Yeah, people are good at grounding you back home, which is brilliant for us. You know, you don't get ahead of your station.
Is it in Belfast, if you go around, it's just they just think of you from like being kids, like
I think they're all I think they're all sick of us in Belfast now, to be honest. So it's not like we go away or whatever. People know us and people are sick of us, I'd say.
Belfast is that small. Like I'd say the same people see us every day. You know what I mean? It's a very, very small city in comparison to New York. I don't know how many people live in New York. Fucking
too many millions.
Many people in Belfast. 300,000.
Yeah, like 400,000.
Yeah, so Belfast is a great place. Everyone's pure chill. A good thing about Ireland, the celebrity and fame culture isn't the same. Nobody's really famous.
Nobody's trying to upskirt us.
Yet. The movie hasn't come out yet, so there's still time. It's possible. Well, I am curious. I mean, obviously, a big part of the film and a big part of your music is trying to get the Irish language recognized. And so I was just wondering if you could speak to that a little bit of like what that's been like to actually and have this movie. Obviously, there's a lot of it in it, and just like what the reception's been so far.
Whenever we started the movie, the Irish language had no kind of defense in law. So it was like you couldn't use it in court or anything, and then there was this kind of movement to try and get recognition for the language in law. And so during the movie, it just kind of happened that by the end of the movie,
no relation,
it was brought into law, so that was passed, which was brilliant for our film because we could put it in at the end, you know.
But the language, obviously, I mean, in the penal laws, like was outlawed. It was illegal to speak the language in the 1700s. The Brits had it again. So it was driven to almost extinction, obviously. And then there was like all around the west of Ireland is where the language stayed alive. And, you know, these families never broke the chain of speaking Irish and stuff. So I think it's really important that we do the right thing by those people. And like, it's a bit of our duty now, like to learn the language and fucking keep it alive as much as possible and stuff. So, I mean, obviously we're not on like a 3-man mission to save the Irish language. Obviously we're just a band who happen to speak Irish and happen to make music in Irish. But obviously we understand that there's some significance to it. And if it encourages people to speak Irish while we get to do something that we love, then fucking happy days.
Yeah, I think it's just like I grew up speaking Irish. And when I was younger, when I was 16, whatever, you longed to see the Irish language in like mainstream areas because you wanted it to be visible and seen. And I think back when I was growing up, the Irish language wasn't really that visible in these big places like music video or in film. But now you have in Colin Kuhn, that got nominated last year for the Oscar, and we're here in America with the Irish language. And I think it's just very important to have us here representing the language so that young people coming up now will see this and think it's, you know, a viable option in life to use the Irish language and to be creative with it. And
best way to save the language is buy our merch.
Yeah.
It's actually it's now a social language as well. It's been taken out of the classroom, where for so long it was just kind of trapped in the classroom as like an artifact
in the city,
like a dodo.
In the city,
you had to break the glass and let the dodo out. But now it's being used socially, which is brilliant. Mm-hmm. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, let me just say, I know we got to wrap up, but I loved the film. I really enjoyed it, and it worked on me in that I immediately downloaded Duolingo and I did start trying to learn some Irish, so I can maybe order a coffee at this point. Nice. Like, you know, I can say hello and goodbye. But
let me hear you.
Prove it.
All right, dua dit, cafe, agus shukara.
Yeah, well done.
All right, that was pretty good.
Yeah, you got that good. We got to start getting shares for Duolingo.
Oh yeah, it helps. It does.
Keep at it. Don't lose your streak, or the little Duolingo bird will come after you.
Oh, it yells at me all the time. I get the notifications constantly. So it's on me. You guys don't have to worry about that.
Your reference to Trashcan in Irish is box of brusker.
Okay. All right. There you go. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Man,
this was delightful.